What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 25 of our Pokemon Consonancia walkthrough. In the previous episode, we showed you guys exactly how to complete the unknown ruin puzzles as well as the riddles in order to get all the secret items. So it was quite tricky but a lot of fun. We then made our way through an extremely long desert route where we ended up battling Hugh and Dawn along the way. We also bumped into Gym Leader Raihan battling Champion Leon, and Champion Leon Dynamaxed his Charizard. So we did find out that Raihan is in fact the 8th and final gym leader, and we arrived here in the current town where we currently are, Turtramo Town. So in today's video, we're going to explore all of Turtramo Town, chat to all the locals and see if there's any items or TMs for us. And then we're going to try and make our way to the gym and hopefully take on Raihan. If we can get the 8th and final gym badge in today's episode, that will then unlock the second tournament, which I am super excited for. It's supposed to be way more difficult than the first tournament, so I'm pretty nervous. We're definitely going to have to make some adjustments to our team. But now we have just entered Raihan's gym and found him, but he does give us a little side quest before we can challenge him. It's not going to be all that easy, so we've actually got to take on 3 gym leaders before we can take on Raihan. That is his little mission for us. You can take on these 3 gym leader battles in any order. You don't have to follow my exact path. But the first gym leader we are taking on is Kabu, the fire-type gym leader. He does have 5 Pokemon on his team and they are double battles. His Pokemon seem to be around level 90, so you want to make sure that your Pokemon have reached the current level cap or very close to it. I think with the Pokemon on our team, Kabu shouldn't be all that difficult for us. I'm not sure who the other 2 gym leaders are that we have to take on or what types they are using, but hopefully they aren't too difficult for our current team. And like I was saying before, I am super excited but nervous for the second tournament. Apparently the second tournament is way tougher than the first, and we struggled quite a lot with the first tournament. So I think we're going to have to make some major adjustments before we start the tournament. I don't want to change my team around too much. Whatever team we start the tournament with, I want to try and use the entire tournament. I don't want to change every single battle. We'll see if we can manage to do that or if we do have to make some changes. But we're definitely going to add more legendaries to our team, maybe a mythical or ultra beast. And there we have it. We've knocked out Kabu's final Pokemon, who was Scorch. Now we've only got 2 more gym leaders to take on. So we've decided to go over to the room on the right, which is Melanie. She is an ice type specialist, so we'll see how our team performs against her. The first 2 Pokemon she has sent out is Mr. Rime and Frostmoth. But we knocked out Mr. Rime fairly easily. She has now sent out a Darmanitan. So we are swapping in some new Pokemon. Our first 2 Pokemon have been knocked out, but we are going to try and revive some of our Pokemon. We have revived our Ho-Oh just in case. We want to keep our Pokemon alive that have fire-type moves. We've also just used a Hyper Potion on Ho-Oh, so it's back at full HP. I think our fire-type moves are going to come in really handy in this battle. But Frostmoth is still alive by some miracle. Darmanitan is also hanging in there, but they are both at really low HP. We finally got Darmanitan out the way, but now Ice Cube has been sent out. We one-shotted Ice Cube and finally got Frostmoth out the way. But now the final Pokemon Melanie has sent out is Lapras, which is a water and ice type. So we might need to use an electric type attack. But we've got 2 Pokemon out, so it is 2 versus 1. We knock out Lapras and defeat Melanie. So 2 gym leaders down and 1 more to go. We enter the third room on the left, and the final gym leader is Nessa, the water type specialist. So I think our Rillaboom is definitely going to come in handy with its grass type moves. I think some of our Pokemon also have an electric attack like our Dragonite, so we might be able to fly through Nessa. We'll see how our Pokemon perform. But yes, our grass type and thunder type moves are super effective. We are pretty much one-shotting everything that Nessa sends out. Currently, she has Toxapex and Glossopod out, but we just knocked out Glossopod. Our Mega Dragonite is still hanging in there, but we are only one Pokemon down, and now she has sent out Dreadnought, which is a rock and water type. Our Mega Dragonite has finally been KO'd, but we are sending out the legendary Ho-Oh next. So I'm hoping Samurott and Ho-Oh will be able to finish off Nessa's team. We knock out Dreadnought, it's just Toxapex left, and hopefully now that it's 2 versus 1, we'll be able to knock it out quite easily. Both of our Pokemon are looking pretty good HP-wise, but our Samurott has been poisoned. It looks like none of our attacks are super effective, so we're just gonna have to slowly eat away at Toxapex's HP. But we're almost there, and we decide to use our Z-Power move on Toxapex, and that's done the trick. We have knocked it out and defeated Nessa. So now that we've defeated all 3 gym leaders, we can actually take on Raihan. If we can win this battle, we'll get the 8th gym badge. So let's see how it goes. It looks like Raihan has a full team of 6 Pokemon. And the first 2 Pokemon Raihan has sent out is Gigalith, the rock type Pokemon, and Flygon, which is the ground and dragon type. So 2 very powerful Pokemon, and they're both at level 90. So we've got our work cut out for us in this battle. Luckily, we knock out Flygon pretty easily, and now Raihan has sent out Goodra. So it looks like Raihan really likes the ground, rock, and dragon types. We just knocked out Gigalith and Goodra, so a double KO, and now Raihan has sent out Turtonator and Sandaconda. It looks like we are flying through Raihan's team. It's pretty easy for us. One of the easier battles. We haven't even lost all that many Pokemon. But we knocked out Sandaconda, and he has sent out a Duraludon to replace it. Things are looking really good for us, but I don't want to talk too soon because Duraludon is quite a strong Pokemon, and I know Turtonator is too. We send out Samurott and Delphox to see if they can do some damage. Our Samurott has been KO'd unfortunately, but we still have 3 Pokemon left. So we decide to send out the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh. We've knocked out Duraludon, and we're going to try and hit Turtonator again with our Z move. And that's done it. We have defeated Raihan and earned the 8th gym badge, which is the Talon badge. So I can't believe it. All 8 gym badges on our belt. This has been a crazy adventure. We have come so far, but I'm really happy that we have now got all 8 gym badges. We also get gifted a Dynamax band, which allows our Pokemon to Dynamax. So now we can Mega Evolve, use Z-Power moves, Terrestrialization, and Dynamax. So many crazy cool battle mechanics. I have a feeling the final tournament is going to be crazy difficult. Imagine if our opponent can use all 4 of these mechanics, and it is triple battles as well. So we're going to have our work cut out for us for sure. We also get gifted some items to boost our Pokemon stats and some cool dragon type TMs. But as we exit, we bump into Sharon and also some of Prince Lear's friends. Rachel and Sawyer tell us that Prince Lear has been kidnapped by Team Break. As you guys know, in the previous episode, they all jumped him. There was about 10 trainers that attacked him and set him up. So they're really worried and they want to try and rescue him. Apparently, he is being held hostage in some kind of castle or something. So it looks like Rachel and Sawyer have agreed to join our team, and they've even gifted us a Pokemon each. So now we're going to try and explore the next route and hopefully reach this castle and see if we can save Prince Lear from Team Break. We've also unlocked more banners at the Pokemon Center, so if you want to use those gacha points and try get some new interesting Pokemon in your team, now might be the time before you start your next route exploration. We have a quick look at the map and it looks like the fortress is all the way up north, but in order to reach it, we've got to head all the way east to some kind of port, and then we might be able to take a ship up to the fortress. It looks like a super long route, so I'm not sure if we're going to actually make it to the fortress in today's episode, but we are going to try our best. We'll see how far we can get. If we can arrive there, that will save us a lot of time. We'll just have to see how things go. Whilst exploring this route, you will find a lot of items to pick up. There are a couple trainer battles, so your Pokemon will be really close to level 100 now. It's a great time to train up any new Pokemon that you are thinking of using for the tournament. Add them to your team now so they can get that extra experience. And it looks like we've already reached the first little checkpoint, which is the savannah here. So we're going to try and make our way through the savannah. It's kind of like a maze. There are lots of trainers to pick up, and you will find some amazing Pokemon along this route. So I do recommend that you open your wild radar and just keep checking whenever you enter a new area. There might be some Pokemon that you've been waiting to encounter throughout the game. This is the first little checkpoint. I think the next little section that we've got to reach is the actual port. I don't know if it's a town or a little village or just the port. We'll have to see when we get there, and then hopefully we can figure out how to get a ship or ferry up north to the fortress where Prince Lear is apparently being kidnapped and held. Whilst exploring the savannah, we have bumped into gym leader Marley. So she's looking for a firestone, and if you can give her a firestone, she'll give you a cool little gift. So we did do that, and now we have entered a new little part of the route. So we're going to try and explore this entire route. It looks like some of it is water-based. It's kind of like a swamp and a forest mixed. We'll try and figure our way through, take on all the trainer battles, and then hopefully arrive at the port. Before starting this journey, I did stock up on max repels and heal up our team. It is such a long journey that you want to make sure that your Pokevials have been replenished before you start and that your team is fully healed, because all of the battles can really wear your team down. But we seem to be making really good progress. We're picking up all the items along the way. I am hoping in today's episode we will be able to find and reach the fortress, and then in the next episode we'll try and work our way through it and hopefully rescue Prince Lear. Hopefully if we rescue him, he will be thankful and have a change of mind. It did seem that he was getting a bit too power hungry and too greedy, but now that he's been kidnapped and all of his friends have left him, hopefully this will give him the wake up that he needs. But before we continue on to the port, Prince Lear's friends want to take us on for a battle. We're going to get some extra training in just to see if we're prepared for the fortress, because I think there are some tough battles ahead. So we'll try and defeat Prince Lear's little posse here. Currently they've sent out Umbreon and Lapras. Umbreon is a massive fan favorite, and Umbreon is at level 93. It looks like the level cap for us currently is level 94, so you want to try and get your Pokemon there. I think when we reach the tournament, most of our opponents are going to be close to level 100. The next Pokemon Rachel and Sawyer have sent out is Goldengo and Beware. Goldengo is one of my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. It is a Steel and Ghost type, but we knocked it out. And we've also knocked out Sandslash, so it looks like we have arrived at their final Pokemon. It's currently 2 versus 1, so I don't think Beware stands a chance. We have done it. Sharon and I have defeated Sawyer and Rachel, and then we jump to another cutscene where we find out a bit more information about Prince Lear when he was a kid and why he is the way he is. So as we proceed through the game, we find out more and more about him. We did find out that Prince Lear had some kind of connection with the legendary Pokemon Hooper. In the last video, we got shown how Lear got his first Pokemon, which was a Phanpy. Hooper actually released Phanpy out of a portal and gave it to Lear. So it looks like Hooper has always had a soft spot and been looking out for Prince Lear. We are also finding out more and more about the story, so I think Prince Lear is more of a victim than a villain, but we'll have to wait and see how things play out. The story is definitely getting really interesting. And now Prince Lear has lost again. It looks like Team Break are just absolutely abusing him, but Hooper comes to the rescue and teleports Prince Lear to us. So he just appears in the savannah right after our battle. So this is pretty surprising. We were on the way to rescue him, but now he's just appeared. We tell him that we were on our way to save him, and he tells us a bit more information about him. And he definitely has a special connection with Hooper. But I think that's all that we're going to have time for in today's episode. We're going to try and make our way to the port and see if there is a Pokemon Center there. If we can heal up our team and have a bit of a rest, that will be perfect. And then in the next episode, we'll try and arrive at the fortress and hopefully defeat Team Break for once and for all. We do find a Pokemon Center and heal up our team. Thanks for watching.